So Chantal says she's had the great privilege of sharing her life with Cracker for about 3 years now. She's owned Standardbreds in the past, and when the time came to search for what could perhaps be her final horse, I can't see that, Chantal. She was immediately drawn back to Standardbred's quiet, sturdy demeanor. With her days of training newbies behind her, Cracker matches her energy for calm, leisurely strolls, exploring the great outdoors, and has proven himself to be a great trail boss to his little sister, as she says, he lives and rides with. They have plenty of goof-off time with Halloween and Christmas dress-up, and gymkhana parties at their bars for their daughter Claire to participate in. Claire often steals Cracker for the arena rides with barn girls on their tall jumpers. His sweet temperament has inspired some non-horsey mums of riding students to start mum night rides, and he is teaching parents how to feel comfortable and confident around horses and to learn basic handling and riding skills while having fun with other mums. I can attest to that. When we had Cracker in the placement program, he was ridden regularly by me. We did a lot of dressage training, but I also half-leased him out for students who were learning to ride. He's also a wonderful driving horse. But he was such a good teacher for especially people that weren't as, familiar with being around horses. He's a real gentleman, and he has a very calming personality. And yes, he's a great trail horse. He hasn't been out, well, I guess it's been a while since he's been off the farm, hey? Apart from being out on the trails. But, he's curious. Look at him. He's just like, well, he's frothing out the mouth a little bit, but he's got to roll a bit. Okay, that explains that. Cracker is a kind of mouthy guy. Anyway, he looks kind of good in yellow there, Claire. What do you like, Claire, about Cracker? Oh, you have, sorry, Chantal. What more could you explain about Cracker that is appealing to you?
Mostly we just, today he's a little excited. There's a lot going on here compared to his day-to-day. But we do like that he tends to calm down quick. He's a bit goofy. Even when he's nervous, he listens to us, and he caters his abilities to the ability of the rider. So if I'm trotting him, he is a maniac, and he's like, oh, post this, because I know you can. But when I put on new mums, if he can feel them even slightly off, he slows down, he takes care of them. And then he even moves a little bit different for Claire, because she's just a beginner, sort of intermediate rider. So I really like that about him. But I'm confident that I can put any level rider on him and who's going to take care of them. For the most part, horses have their days, but and I like that he's really willing to learn. So at our barn, we have taught him over little jumps. We do sometimes pretend that we're dressage riders. We do take him for trail riding. We do dress up like fairies and do Halloween, and he's just really calm.
Takes everything in really well.
Absolutely. And again, that was what drew me to the breed. I had standard mares who are also very calm, and I had noticed that personality when I had first met Cracker a few times, that he's just pretty chill.
Oh, yeah. You actually came at the right time. We had just gone through COVID, I believe, and he really wasn't. I didn't have him advertised, and I think it really was fate that Chantal had sent me an application, and she was interested in Cracker because he was on our website, because he was kind of being used a bit as an ambassador horse. And when I spoke with Chantal, I thought, this is Cracker's home. I could tell. It was kind of meant to be the situation. And Chantal came out and rode him 3 times at least. Came out in the field, made sure he was okay, safe, and that was it. They were meant to be.
Yeah, and he's much more comfortable. He's not big riding arenas, and yet he's a much more comfortable boy outdoors, which I enjoy. I don't really like a lot of arena riding, so I do like his bigger movements outside.
Yeah, this is a small arena to get these big moving guys in, really kind of show, but he's doing a good job. They're both doing a good job.
My favorite part is when we pick up our trot and we're trotting past the horses that are cantering.
So they can certainly keep up.
And I'm a firm believer of, throwing everything you can at your horse. So I do know that he's a little nervous today. He's looking a lot, but I'm okay with that. And if he has a goof off moment, I'm okay with that too, because that he's just going to make him that much better for next time we do something. Yeah. So,
but again, I mean, he's not being overreactive. He's more looking and just taking everything in. But he's trusting Claire to get him around safely. So that's what you want.
Yes.
A horse that trusts you.
Excuse me, exhibitors. I have a young lad named Emerson who would like to let his mother, Renee, know that he is at the show office. So, could Emerson's mother, Renee, please come to the show office? Thank you.
So right now at our barn, so with the barn's mom is that I'm one of the few moms at the barn that rides, and Claire has her own other little horse, and we do have a lot of young jumpers. So we do have a lot of moms there that know nothing about horses. They just go and they watch their daughters. And I'm like, well, why don't you just get on Cracker and we'll lead you around and sort of introduce them to, this is kind of exciting. So then they started doing the moms night, which also includes Samoy. And all the moms getting together, and their goals are to ride their daughter's horses. Okay. I'm like, good luck. Because they're big jumping thoroughbreds. But the fact that they can get on Cracker and they get on the other schooling ponies, and just the moms go and just learning to post and understanding that it's more than just sitting on the horse. Right. Like, we had one mom that was learning to post and she made 5 minutes. She's like, I gotta get off. This is like work. This is work. And I'm like, yeah, you're gonna feel it in your backside tomorrow. And so now she's hooked. She's an every Friday rider on Cracker because she's gotta get better, right? So. Yeah, and her goal is to make him trot the way I can make him trot, right? Because he kind of, as she shifts, he's like, oh, you're not stable. But her goal is so that she can get him on the long side to really open up. So I'm like, then we'll do it.
There we go. He's already starting to loosen up a little bit now. We can see that in his trot. He's getting a little bit of spring in his step. Starting to relax through the back a little bit. Good job, Claire.
I think Claire needs to relax a bit too. So,
yeah, it's a lot to come in and be in front of people, but we're doing great.
So we are in the middle. We're getting started now. We're gearing up for hopefully a long season of outdoor trailing. So they are now getting into their conditioning stage and starting to do the pole work again. So. It's getting back into our summer bodies mode right now,
Well, yeah, it's still early in the season, but you're getting a good start. And actually, he looks pretty good, because I can attest that Cracker can be a little bit of a tank.
Yes, well, that's what I do. I do like my bigger horses, so I was drawn to that aspect.
Oh, yeah. So he is a well-built fellow, but he does tend to like to eat, so...
But as you can see, like, he is nervous, but, and I find this with my other Standardbred mares, they're nervous, but they don't spook to the point where they take off. Like, I've never had that, they need to stop, they need to look, and then, like, process it, and then they're good. And I really like that about the breed.
Yeah, like I say, they're not the overreactive types. And they usually, if they're stuck or they're in trouble, I've got numerous stories of that. They wait. Yeah. They don't freak out and panic and tear apart a fence or whatever. No, they're kind of waiting for someone to come and help them.
Yeah.
So That is, again, part of their nature. They're just very level-headed.
Excuse me, exhibitors, we're still waiting for Emerson's mother Renee to come to the show office, please. Could Emerson's mother Renee come to the show office, please?
Did anybody have any questions for Claire or
Don't
Chantal?
know where the show office.
Just raise your hand if you did. Yes?
Good job, Karen.
Okay, we're going to give Claire and Crocker just another couple minutes in here. And she's just gotten them sort of a little bit warmed up now. But this is good. They need to kind of get out and get into different places. Give them different experiences, and it's a bit of a test too, you know. But again, they're showing their natural ability to stay calm under pressure. You know, they're just not the type to freak out. They're just going to try. And a lot of it, again, is breed characteristics, but also the, you know, amount of handling they've had since they were youngsters that really makes them trust people and feel more confident around people. They're just, I can't say enough about their temperament. They just have a lovely temperament. I haven't met one Standardbred in over, I don't know how many decades, I'm not going to tell you, but I grew up with them actually as riding horses. And it wasn't until I moved west that I really kind of saw the racing side of things. And became, you know, it was, we performed at Standardbreds in 1990. I'm one of the co-founders. But it was really because the breed associations really focus on racing and breeding. So there was kind of a gap that needed to be filled for the, you know, owners of non-racing Standardbreds, whether they had raced or not. They didn't have, you know, we wanted to form a sense of community for those riders and drivers that own them, and also provide them with some educational and recreational activities. And then in 1992, we formalized the placement program. And at that time, there weren't that many farm tracks, so they really were, you know, stabled at the tracks wherever they were racing, usually Stampede Park and Northlands Park at the time. But owners and trainers, apart from sending them to auction, didn't feel they had many options. So a lot of them that knew that, you know, there were girls like us out there that would help them to rehome them, they would come to us and ask them if we could find them a home. And oftentimes the horses are younger, because it's usually within the first few years, even less than that, that you find out if they really have what it takes to be a racehorse. So, you know, it's a pretty tough stigma to overcome when you say retiring, and that doesn't mean broken down or old. It generally means that they're not competitive anymore for one reason or another. Yes, they could have had an injury that, you know, racing is too demanding of a sport to be able to remain sound, but they do well in other disciplines. That's not going to stress that area so much. Okay, well, I really appreciate, Chantal, that you and Claire brought Cracker today, and it's great to see him. I haven't seen him in a while. And we look forward to having you again at another event. Thank you, Claire. No, he did well. Thank you, Claire. Let's give Claire and Cracker a little hand. Whoops. That's okay. He didn't explode.